What's up, world? Welcome back to Cancel Thoughts. It's your boy Better Days here. I haven't posted any videos in the last couple of weeks because I've been busy working on a new podcast that I'm really excited to actually share with you guys once everything gets squared away. But I had to take a break from doing that because something really, really bad happened last week that I think we all need to just take a moment as a country to pause and really dissect what this means for our country as a whole, because I think we are right now at an inflection point to where if things go the way that I think they're going to go, this is going to be the catalytic event that kind of precipitated it all. By now, you guys have heard that the founder of Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk, was assassinated at the age of 31 at an event that he was holding last week where he really was promoting open discourse, and somebody went there with a gun and shot him in the neck. And what's really, really crazy about it in the aftermath that I've been paying attention to is the reaction from people who would consider themselves to be kind of morally sound and ethical people, but also simultaneously somehow celebrating the fact that this person died because they disagreed with him politically. Before I get into showing you guys some of those reactions, though, the first and most important thing that I want to do in this video is offer my condolences to the family of Charlie Kirk, to his wife, to his children, to his parents, and any siblings he may have had. I am really, really sorry for whatever you guys are going through right now, because it is something that no family should have to go through. There's going to be a gaping hole in you guys' lives right now that I hope as time progresses, you guys are able to kind of mend in some way, shape, or form, because no one deserves what happened to Charlie on that night. With that being said, guys, I want to show you guys these clips because it's really, really crazy.
Well, I guess Rocco will never be able to float. Oh, well, too bad. Bye, Rocco.
Live by the sword, die by the sword. He did say that gun deaths were an acceptable side effect of gun rights.
Oh, they clapped him. No, hey, they clapped his ass. Hey, bro. And the cherry on top, the icing on the cake was the shooter was not black. They clapped him. Get him out of here, coach. Get that nigga out of here. New op pack.
To see you guys consider yourselves to be the tolerant left who preach for just acceptability of everybody, to be out there celebrating the death of somebody because they disagree with you politically is one of the craziest things that I've ever seen. And for the person who was talking about him being a white man or whatever and a white dude did this, like, what does their ethnicity have to do with this? Why are you even bringing that up to begin with? That's number one. Number two, I'm seeing people on the internet right now try to justify their reaction to this whole scenario by saying things along the lines of, I'm seeing people be really passionate about this white guy dying or whatever, but when it comes to the people that are dying in the Congo, or the innocent people that are dying in the Israel-Hamas war, or the innocents that are dying in the Ukraine-Russia war, you guys aren't saying anything about it. And to those people, my response is very, very simple. Yes, all of those things are objectively terrible things. This is not the oppression Olympics. If you cannot tell the difference between people being quiet about a certain scenario because whether they're ignorant to it and they just don't necessarily know enough to have a very informed, coherent opinion on it, and they're quiet about that, or even if they're apathetic to the entire scenario and they don't even care,
which is bad.
if you don't know the difference between that and actively dancing on somebody's grave because you disagree with them politically, I don't know what to tell you, man. I really don't know what to tell you. There is room enough for people to feel bad about multiple things. Just because people don't express that they are feeling bad about whatever thing that you are particularly focused on doesn't mean they don't feel bad for it, number one. It may just be because they don't know about it. They don't know enough about it. They haven't done any research on it. They haven't explored it. They don't have an opinion on it. Everybody doesn't have to have an opinion about everything. The difference is there aren't people dancing on the graves of the innocents that are dying in Gaza. Nobody is standing on the graves of the innocents that are dying in whatever Congolese thing is going on over there. Nobody is standing on the graves of those innocent people. There are people literally out here standing and dancing on this guy's grave and making fun of it like it's some sort of joke.
Hold on, I got a Ku Klux Klan member on my page. Let me block this Ku Klux Klan member. Nobody's scared of y'all no more.
This was kind of indicative of some of the reactions that I was seeing in Chicago. For anybody who doesn't necessarily know or is new to the channel, I live in Chicago. This is one of the most liberal places I think in the country right now. And I walked out on the day that he got arrested because I was planning on doing some street interviews or whatever. And the amount of jubilance that I noticed in certain people for the death of this person who they didn't know, have never met, all they know is what they've seen of him on the internet. The jubilance that I was noticing in certain people, you would have thought they won $1 million. It's one of the craziest and just most flabbergasting things I've ever seen in my entire life. Y'all don't know this person. All y'all know is you disagree with him politically. And guess what? I disagreed with Charlie Kirk on some things politically. I disagree with a lot of people on some things politically. I would never in my life fix myself to go on the internet and celebrate the death of somebody because I disagreed with them politically. I don't care where you stand. That is a line that I think must not be crossed, and you guys have just crossed it, and it is one of the most disgusting behaviors I have ever seen.
Period.
Look out the window. You see that black car coming around the corner?
No, I'm on the different shit. I'm on Parkway.
You see that black car coming around the corner?
Yeah, I see it.
Duck, bitch. Fuck him. Get off my line, ho.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect. I think it's worth it.
All right, so you guys are posting about things that Charlie Kirk has said. Okay, and you thought those things were disgusting. So then what you're doing is then also imitating disgusting behavior. So how does that make you better than the other side that you perceive to be these disgusting human beings?
Make it make sense.
Like, how does it make any sense for you guys to imitate the exact behaviors that you guys view to be despicable and see nothing wrong with that whatsoever? It's just, I don't understand how people can just be so cognitively dissonant to where they can't recognize the fallibility in their own behaviors.
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational.
If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that.
By the way, I just want to be very, very clear with people about this, okay? People aren't telling you that you have to feel bad about this. I personally feel bad about this because I don't think that anybody deserves to die in the fashion in which he died. But people aren't necessarily telling you that you have to feel sorry for this. If you're somebody who thinks that he was a disgusting human being, okay, nobody's telling you that you have to have some sort of empathy towards the situation. But there's a difference between not feeling sorry for somebody and then figuratively dancing on their grave. For anybody to have watched that video in the manner in which it was kind of just carried out, for you to have seen that video, he's having an obviously coherent disagreement with whoever asked the question, and seconds later, his blood be gushing out of his neck. For you guys to have watched that video and felt any sense of satisfaction whatsoever, to me, is one of the most crazy and heinous things I think anybody could do ever. You don't have to have liked the person. You don't have to have agreed with the person. But if you saw that video and you still reacted to that thinking that was funny in any way, shape, or form, you are a despicable and disgusting human being. I think you need to find whatever therapeutic services are available in your immediate vicinity, and you need to start going there regularly. How is it that you can watch what's going on in Israel and Gaza, which is disgusting, by the way, and watch what's going on in Ukraine and feel some level of empathy toward that, but then see somebody get unalived in your own country, and just because they disagree with you politically, see no problem in celebrating that? Again, no one is saying you have to be upset about it. However, have some common decency to just shut the fuck up and be quiet. Just be quiet. There are people going on the internet right now making a spectacle of the fact that they're indifferent to this. You cared enough to make the video saying that you didn't care? How can you not see what's wrong with that? I don't understand it whatsoever. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I don't necessarily want to make this video very, very long. I have a hard time understanding the perspective of people who are just so hypocritical in some of the actions that they take. It's like, I didn't agree with Charlie Kirk on everything. I don't agree with a lot of people on a lot of things. That doesn't mean I'm okay with them being murdered for disagreeing with me. And I'm just gonna make this one final point as well. If you're somebody who believes in silencing another person because they disagree with you, it's because you know that whatever side of the argument you are on doesn't hold up under any scrutiny. If you really were firm in your beliefs and you believed what you were doing was right, you'd be able to argue it and you wouldn't have to resort to violence to try to get your point across, because you would be able to have a coherent argument and you would be able to prove to the other side why they're wrong and you are right. You guys cannot do that. And clearly, there's going to eventually be some sort of reckoning for this, because people aren't just going to sit idly by and watch you guys commit violent acts against them. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And I'm going to just say this again to the family of Charlie Kirk. I am really, really sorry, guys. I don't really know what else to say, because there are really no words that you can have to say other than offer your condolences to a family like that, because Charlie Kirk was somebody who, he didn't advocate for violence. He hadn't killed anybody. I've seen people on the internet try to conflate this with the Luigi Mangione thing. That's crazy. The CEO guy, he actually did things that killed people. Charlie Kirk didn't kill anybody. He didn't advocate for the murdering of anybody. All he did was have a different opinion than other people, and you guys are saying that it's okay for him to die. I'm going to leave it there, guys. This is just some of the craziest things to me that I've ever seen, and I'm actually glad that some of the people who considered themselves liberal before this are finally starting to realize how I did a couple of years ago, that the liberal party or the leftists right now, they don't align with your views
at all.
They don't represent you whatsoever. Now, that's not me telling you guys to flip to the right. I certainly haven't flipped to the right. That's me telling you guys to understand, though, that you don't have to have some blind loyalty to the leftists. You don't have to have some blind loyalty to the conservatives. There are crazy people out there, particularly in your own party, and you need to really reevaluate. If you're standing next to this crazy person, how do you think that makes you look as well? I'm going to leave it there, guys. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me on this video. You guys could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and I really do appreciate you.